Habitat loss puts biodiversity and our survival at risk. Not only does cutting down trees take away habitats, but it also takes away from our air supply. An ecosystem is an area that is made up of living and non-living things that interact. In an ecosystem, matter and energy cycle through living and non-living things. When humans break apart ecosystems, the animals are forced to migrate to new areas where they are to now live. Unfortunately, not all animals can adapt to new climates as fast as others, which could lead to the death of a vast majority of a population, endangering the existence of a species. This is where biodiversity comes in, because the more species there are in an ecosystem, the more likely the animals there are able to survive. This is because if one species wipes out, another species can take their place. With people destroying habitats, the number of different species is decreasing throughout each niche. When a species is completely wiped out, it badly affects the food chain. If a predator goes extinct, the prey will overpopulate, which can hurt the environment, including us. These niches include producers, herbivores, carnivores, scavengers, and decomposers. An example of this was the Borneo cat story. This story explained how killing off one species can affect all organisms around it. The Borneo cat story is about humans who tried to kill mosquitoes by using a chemical known as DDT. This chemical ended up killing Borneo cats, which allowed rats to overpopulate because they no longer had predators hunting them. Unfortunately, these rats were flea bitten with the plague, which spread to humans, affecting them. This story goes to show why biodiversity is important, because there was no other species of cats to help keep the disease-carrying rats from overpopulating. The Borneo cat story also supports my statement of habitat loss, putting biodiversity and our survival at risk, because habitat destruction decreases the variety of species. Another example of the importance of biodiversity had to do with a video I observed in science class. During this video, the speaker referred to biodiversity as nature's insurance policy. What the speaker really meant was the more species there are, the more likely they are able to survive, because if one species goes extinct, there are enough other species to cover up for them. I also read an article titled The Ecology of Fear. This article was about the effects of taking predators out of an ecosystem. In this case, killing off the wolf population, who were the predators, allowed erosion to occur because the herbivores were eating all of the plants. However, when the wolves were alive and roaming, there was no erosion and fish's water was cooled because there was shade created by the plants. Destruction of wetlands is an example of threatening biodiversity. When wetlands are physically altered or polluted, it can make the environment poisonous to the species. If the food web is damaged, many species could be lost. If this area is poisoned, it affects humans too, because it provides service to us, such as water filtration and storage. Habitat loss puts biodiversity and our survival at risk. When we destroy habitats, we are only hurting ourselves by disrupting the food web that we are part of.